the vaccine injured are gaslit, right? They in the Missouri versus Biden case, and in the congressional investigation of the Biden administration's interactions with social media companies, one very consistent theme throughout 2021 and into 2022 was the administration, in order to convince the population that there were no harms from the vaccine, would go to social media companies and tell them to take down sort of groups that were discussing vaccine injuries with each other. The vaccine injured people would look for suggestions for like what worked for them, and they would share information. And the Biden administration said to take those private groups down, even though they were sharing true information. Essentially, they were told that they were imagining things when they weren't. So in a sense, there's both a physical injury and a kind of a moral injury caused by this, where the people start to doubt even their own sanity.
Yeah, and having our government intervene with censoring people who wanted to talk about their vaccine injury in public, and to censor those is quite cruel and reprehensible. And also, to the same point, it prevents us from understanding what's going on. These Facebook social media groups have become a tool actually for identifying the harms of various pharmaceuticals that were unknown previously, and that is to delete these accounts, delete those sites it's unconscionable. It can't be defended. It's simply not good for society for us because some people don't believe them is maybe, I guess, would be the reason to do it. They don't believe what they're saying. They don't believe what they're feeling. They don't believe what they're experiencing. And I definitely don't think that the government should be telling people that they don't believe that their injuries are real. That's not their place. It's definitely not the place to tell them that they're not allowed to talk about it in public.
I mean, it was a propaganda campaign, right? That's the central thing. It's in the propaganda. The truth doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you harm the people that you're sort of. I mean, essentially, those people were public enemy number one in 2021 because the existence of those people, which your study, sort of so amply demonstrated existed just from the randomized trial data, they were a threat to the government's goal of making 80-90% of the population get the vaccine.
Yes, that was their goal, and the propaganda that we experienced was actually quite surreal. I remember at some point, I don't remember through the COVID years when it was, but I remembered seeing propaganda very like firsthand, and just that experience to me was quite surreal because my only experience really with like kind of really, really extreme propaganda like that is actually in museums, and it's in museums of events that were pretty despicable and terrible events. There's few museums when we look back on government propaganda and say, thank God for that government propaganda and censorship that took place during this era. It was a really good decision. It's pretty universally been frowned upon